Good morning. Thank you for joining me. Today we're going to be talking about ways to promote our Facebook Live sessions during today's free marketing training. So I want to give everybody just a second to get in. I'm going to go ahead and pull up the blog post that we're going to be talking about today, and we're going to walk through how you can promote your Facebook Live or Facebook event. Either one can be promoted in this same manner. So we're going to walk through that. And we're going to look at mostly free marketing because I know a lot of us have very limited budgets. We're trying to do as much as we can with the dollar amount that is available. So the more free that we can do, the better for many small business owners, entrepreneurs, and startups. So I'm Rachel Lindhagen. I'm the president and founder of Etched Marketing and Etched Marketing Academy. Etched Marketing is a full-service marketing agency. We help businesses with their marketing strategy, content marketing, and social media marketing. Etched Marketing Academy was designed for our small business owners, entrepreneurs, and startups, those who want to learn how to market like a pro. They need to look polished and professional, but they don't have the budget to hire someone to do it all for them just yet. So that's why Etched Marketing Academy is here. It's to help you learn how to market like a pro. Like I said, I'm Rachel Lindhagen. I'm the president and founder of both Etched Marketing and Etched Marketing Academy. I've been in marketing for about 15 years and been on the digital side for 12 or 13 now. So I have a really good understanding of both our marketing strategy, goal setting, door-to-door marketing, even guerrilla or in-person marketing, as well as digital, focusing on SEO, social media marketing, and content. So I'm here to help you learn how to market your business like a pro so that you can DIY but look like you had somebody helping you with it. You can take your current marketing materials and move them a step ahead. So what we're going to talk about today are 5 free ways to promote your Facebook Live sessions. Now, if you're not doing Facebook Live yet, you do need to start adding it to your marketing plan because we see a benefit to most businesses, entrepreneurs, startups, etc., who do live sessions. We see more engagement. Personally, I see between a 5 and 10 times jump in my live or video sessions than I do in my engagement for my blog posts, my images, etc. So I definitely see that big jump, that big increase for me, for my businesses when I do my live sessions or when I do my video and share it across my social media channels. People find video to be significantly more engaging. They feel like it gives them a little bit more insight into the company that they're working with. Sometimes they get a little bit of a behind the scenes feel. I mean, today you're here in my office with me as we talk about Facebook Live and how we want to market it, and you don't always get that opportunity. Sometimes, you get a sneak peek or you get to see what happens behind the scenes or a podcast episode, things like that. So today we're going to talk about how we promote our Facebook Live session. If you have not yet held your first Facebook Live session or you're still a little uncomfortable, you're unsure, please look back to last week's post and last week's Facebook Live session all about how to nail your first Facebook Live. It has a cheat sheet or a checklist that goes along with it that has everything that you need to think about ahead of time, all the way from topic selection to when to schedule it, even what to wear, and what type of background that you want to have so that you have that professional look and feel. So if you don't have a copy of that, be sure to visit the blog post. And the blog post is right here in the information. So you can access this week's blog post, which also links back to last week's blog post, and you can download your copy of our Facebook Live marketing checklist that's available with this week's post. So with that said, we're going to jump right in and talk about how we market our Facebook Live session. So the first thing I want you to do when you start to create your marketing plan for your Facebook Live sessions is to schedule your session. Pick your date, pick your time, put it on your calendar. The reason I want you to do this is this makes sure that we're working far enough in advance and we are going to adhere to the date and time that we find, that we decide we're going to promote our Facebook Live session, that we're going to hold it. So the most important thing, schedule it on your calendar. Decide what day you're going to do it, what time of day. Like we talked about last week, early on you're going to want to test to see what time frame and what day of the week works best for your audience. If you have a good size following now, go ahead and ask them if you can get that feedback and you can find out. Otherwise, do some testing. But schedule it on your calendar. Then go into your Facebook page and you're going to want to create an event for your session. And you go into that and you have an option. There's an example of the event in the blog post from last week. You'll put your date, your time. You want to give it an interesting name. You want to include an image so that people see it and it pops and they understand what you're doing and what you're offering. Then you want to let them know, if you're doing a Q&A session and you want people to bring questions, you want them to ask questions, let them know that ahead of time. They can start leaving those questions in the discussion area on that event post. That event post we can use several ways. So we're going to talk about that because there are things we can do to leverage that event post. So add your image, add your description, your date and your time, everything that you decided you were going to do. Then share your event to your Facebook page. This is not your personal page, this is your business page. We want to keep a separation between our personal pages and our business pages because we're trying to build a business. We're not trying to build a business just based upon our friends and family. Our friends and family like us on Facebook and are friends and want to connect because they want to know about what's going on in our lives. They don't necessarily want to know everything that we're doing from a business perspective. If they're interested in what we're doing from a business perspective, they'll follow the business page so that they can learn. But don't inundate your friends and family with your business postings or your events trying to boost your numbers because they're most likely not your target audience for your business. And if they do join, they may only be joining to show support, which is great to have a little bit of support. It makes us all feel good, but we really want to make sure that we're focusing on our target audience and we're trying to get our message to them so that we build those numbers, not just friends and family. So don't post it to your personal page, post it to your business page. Stay focused on your business when you're doing these things. So share your event to your business page. Let people know that you're going to be hosting your you're going to be hosting your Facebook Live marketing session or your training session or whatever your topic is that you're going to be talking about. And then you want to create an events page or some event information on either your website or your blog. We want to have this information so that anyone who's not following you on social media but happens to find you or read your blog or land on your website, they still can find information about that next Facebook session. That way we can boost our numbers and we can start to bring in audiences from other areas. So if you have a website or a blog, you can either create a blog post about it, or you also go ahead and promote the Facebook Live session that you're going to do, or you can add it to an events page on your website. If you're really good with your SEO side of things, you can do some Open Graph markup for Facebook, as well as your schema markup for the event. If you do the schema markup for the event information will actually be displayed in Google search results when people search for events in that area. But like I said, you have to be kind of advanced skill set SEO to do that because you've got to understand the coding for schema. But if you're curious about it, you can certainly do a little research. Schema.org is the website that you want to look at to find out how you would code that. And again, only if you are advanced with your coding skills and your SEO knowledge. It's really kind of a pro tip there, but it is something that can work very well when you get to that level. The next thing you're going to want to do is to share your Facebook Live information in your weekly email. So if you're currently sending an email blast to your followers, to your email list each week, you want to go ahead and promote your Facebook session in there so that they know they can find you online during your set date and time. They know what the topic is about, and they know if questions are welcome, they can go ahead and add those questions right onto the Facebook page ahead of time or join live and ask them. The other advantage, the reason that we want to do this is, again, trying to build our overall audience. We're trying to build our reach. If somebody's already subscribed to your email, they're probably interested in the information that you're sharing. When you share it in your email, make sure that you're including a link so it's easy for them to find where they need to be. You don't want to just say, come find me on Facebook Live if they don't know what your page is. Not everybody who's on your email list is going to follow your page. The same with your page. Not everybody who's on your Facebook business page is on your email list. So we want to cross-promote those things so that we can try to get additional fans and followers and additional interaction and engagement on our Facebook Live sessions. You're probably on more than one social media channel. I'm going to believe or guess that you're on Facebook, maybe Twitter, potentially LinkedIn, maybe you're on Pinterest, maybe you're on Instagram, maybe you're over on Medium. There are a lot of social media channels. Maybe you're on YouTube. There are a lot of places that you can be. I recommend sharing your information about your live broadcast on your other social channels. Let people know what time, what date, what you're going to be talking about, and where they can find you, so that if they're curious about your topic, they're liable to come and join and see what you're talking about, and hopefully participate and eventually become a customer, become a fan, a follower, etc. This is really about nurturing our customer base and providing valuable information for them and helping spread the word about it. Now, beyond that, you want to create a status update about your live event. And honestly, you want to do this a couple times. So early on, I'll generally put one that just says the date and time. You know, we're going to be going live on Thursday at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern to talk about how we promote our Facebook Live sessions. Join us right here on the page and we'll be taking your questions. If you can't join us live, go ahead and leave your questions in the comments so that I know to address them. And that type of information allows your followers to know whether or not this particular session is going to be of benefit to them. Is it a topic that they need information on, that they want to join and listen in? The next thing that we want to do, so those are our 5 free. Our 5 free options are, or our 5 free steps are to schedule, then create the event, share the event on your business page, create an event listing on your website or blog, share it in your email, and promote it on your other social channels. Now, those are your free marketing options. The other thing that we can do here is to consider creating an ad to boost your promotion, to boost your engagement by promoting your event. You don't want to boost a post like after the fact, because the boosted post is not our ideal scenario. That generally just goes for likes, and that's not really going to give you what you're looking for. So you're going to want to actually go into Ads Manager, create an ad using your event so you can share that information and build a bigger audience, let people know what you're talking about, when you're talking about it, etc. You can also use your Facebook Live video as a video for an ad if you have some really good nuggets, or you have some great interaction, you have a lot of people who join and have questions and comments and things like that. You can also use that as a paid promotion. Not everything we do in marketing can be free. We can leverage the free marketing pieces where possible, but the reality is, in order to build a business, we need to have a marketing budget, because marketing is what gets our name out about our business and is what lets people find out about us. So you can't expect to do everything for free. Do as much of the free as you can, because that allows you to allocate more budget to the paid services. But I strongly recommend that you do a mix of both free and paid. And I know sometimes it can be hard when you're building something and you feel like there's not enough, but I encourage you to allocate even a couple % of what you're bringing in, a couple % of your profit, or a couple % of your sales. It should be a couple % of your sales, honestly, to your marketing budget, so that you really have something to work with. We also want to talk real quick about Facebook from an organic perspective. So there have been a lot of changes recently, and you may or may not have seen the posts about the tests that they've been doing, that Facebook has been doing in other countries. Now, at this point in time, it does not apply to the United States. It was 6 countries, mostly Eastern Europe, where they were testing this new Explore feed, which allowed people to find other businesses, other business pages that might be interesting to them, things they had not liked previously but had information that might be useful for them. which is a great concept. The downside to that was that all business pages were moved to that Explore feed. So even if it was a page that you liked, you would no longer see it in your standard news feed. Now there's reasons for this, as we talked about at the beginning, when we talked about, do we share on our Facebook, on our personal page, or do we share on our business page? But the reason that most people are on Facebook is to connect with their friends and family. So they're not necessarily there to get their business messages or to hear from your company. So in some ways it makes sense that they would move to an Explore feed and they would put all the business related stuff on one side in that Explore feed, and they would keep all the friends and family related information in a single news feed. From a business perspective, it can be a little scary, and I know I've seen a lot of conversations in the last week or so with people really worried about how are they going to do it and what are they going to do. And what I want to remind you is, if you're creating great content and you're providing benefit to your fans and followers, and they're getting something from what you're giving them, you're still going to get that engagement and that response. They're still going to want to look for you. They're still going to want your information. If you're creating shareable content, things that people are going to find useful, they're going to find funny, they're going to find helpful, that information is still going to be shared. You just need to think about this from your consumer's perspective, your audience. What information do they need to know? What do they want from you, and in what format? You want to just make sure that you're focusing on that. When you do that and you provide great content, you will continue to be seen whether they roll out the Explore feed here or not. As of today, they're saying they do not have any plans to roll that out in the States or anywhere else. They did it in the 6 countries, and as of right now, they're saying that's all that they plan on doing. But the reality is, Facebook is a business, the same as you and I are business owners. They may change that in the future, which is why it's important for you to learn how to market your business in both your organic or your free ways, as well as through some of the paid. So like we talked about today, we have 5 free ways to market our Facebook Live, plus 1 paid, which is to add a little bit of budget behind Facebook ads to try to help promote our events and our live broadcasts. I hope you've learned something that's useful today and helps you. And the next time that you're doing your Facebook Live broadcast and you're scheduling it, please remember to create an event, share the event on your business page, share it in your email, add it to your website, create a status update about it and share that. And consider doing a little bit of Facebook ads behind that. You don't have to do it every day, but a little bit of ad budget can help you really spread your message and grow your lists and build your audience. The other thing we should probably talk about real quick is when to do everything. I recommend that you set a cadence. If you decide you're going to do your Facebook Lives on Thursday, then you need to create a schedule where you know which channel you're promoting on which day. So if you're going to do Thursday, maybe you do an email on Monday, you add a status update about it on Monday, and you then on Tuesday share your event across your business page again. Wednesday you do the maybe an image that ties to it. Thursday maybe you do a reminder. I sent a reminder email an hour before this session today to let my list know I would be on Facebook Live talking about how we promote our Facebook Live sessions, and included the links for them for both the blog post that goes with this, along with the checklist that we talked about, and then the page here for Etched Marketing Academy, because not everybody on my email list is on my Facebook page. That way they knew exactly where to go to find me. So some little things like that, tips like that, can really help boost your engagement and build your audience. Thanks so much. Have a great day, and we will talk to you next week with more free marketing training.